So what a formula is, it's basically what we use when we have a common calculation that is done over and over and over. Usually different fields have all their own formulas that get used. I'll do some geometry ones since that's what people are most familiar with. Everybody's a little familiar with. So how about P equals 2L plus 2W? This is the formula for a perimeter of a rectangle. Say this is my width, my length. Okay, so adding up around a rectangle. So let's say I'm given perimeter. If perimeter is 28 feet and the width is 9 feet, find the length. Okay, so we would, everywhere we see the perimeter, we'll plug in 28. Where we see the width, we'll plug in 9. So instead of P equals 2L plus 2W, I'm going to have 28 equals 2 times, well, I don't know my length, so that one I'm going to leave length, plus 2 times 9. So I probably should do that 2 times 9 first. 28 equals 2L plus 18. Now I'm going to subtract over the 18. 28 minus 18, it's going to be 10 equals 2L. Divide by 2, and I'll have my length is 5 feet. Okay. So, you know, and if you're thinking about it more in terms of the rectangle, it's like basically you're taking off 2 of the lengths, 2 nines, which is 18. Then you're left with your 2 widths. Cut that in half just to get 1 width, and we'd have 5. Okay, so the formula just makes it a little easier for us to express that and figure that out. Now, so sometimes we'll be given numbers and we plug them in and just calculate or solve the equation. Now sometimes though we want to rearrange the formula. So let's say we're given P equals 2L plus 2W. For P equals 2L plus 2W, solve for L. Okay. So now in this case we're not giving any values for the perimeter or the width, but we still are going to be doing the same steps we did for the last one. We're trying to get L alone. Okay, so just like we did before, my first step is going to be move that 2W over. Now to move it, I'm going to subtract. Since it's plus 2W, to move to the other side, I'm going to subtract 2W. Now I can't do P minus 2W. There's nothing to do there. So I just have to write it out. P minus 2W equals 2L. Now I think about, well, 2 and L, what's going on? Multiplication. So I'm going to do the opposite and divide. So this is going to be my answer. Actually, looks nicer if I kind of flip-flop the sides. Instead of all that equals L, L equals P minus 2W divided by 2. So that is my answer. I know it might look a little funny, but I'm just trying to get L alone. That's the whole goal. How about this one? Solve S equals C plus M for M. This is a formula in business. Selling price is cost plus markup. So if I want to get M alone, I think, well, what's going on between C and M? Addition. So I'm going to do the opposite and subtract C. I can't do anything with this S minus C, so I just write it out. So that's my answer. Maybe I'll flip this around, make it look a little better. M equals S minus C. Okay, one more, and this one you'll come across in the software. It's a little tricky. Let's solve A equals 1/2 base times height for the base. Now this is formula for area of a triangle. So 1/2 base times height. Now this one, we've got a fraction. So kind of going off of what we just did a few minutes ago. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to multiply both sides by 2, or 2 over 1. Because then I'm going to get rid of that 1/2. So I'll have 2a equals b times h. Okay. Because I don't want to have to divide by a half, because you never want a fraction in a fraction. So I'm going to multiply by 2. Now, to get the b alone, divide by h. So b equals 2a divided by h.